everything has been fine with you. I have been fine. Yesterday we did not get in touch. I went to the church and I was kind of busy throughout the day, but today I'm back. Hi guys. So guys, I'm here today to talk about where I have come from. I told you guys I'm from a village. I'm a village girl. I have been brought up to the village. So I want to tell you how I have been brought up and the difference between the village and the here. So I want to tell you how a common village girl in my village lives. So bear with me and I hope you'll be here till the end of the video so that you can know the hardship we go through in the village, and you can be happy for me because I don't live that life anymore, and I want to work very hard that my babies will not experience that kind of life. It is not an easy life. Okay, the village is a very cool place and everything is organic. Food there are good, but it is hard. I'm telling you, living in the country, especially Africa, village is not a easy deal. It's something very hard, given that I have come from an arid area, a dry place where we don't experience rain that much. And okay, without further ado, let us get started. First of all, when you wake up in the village, the right time for you to wake up, and there is no compromise, no, it is a must to wake up at that time, is 6 in the morning. You wake up in the 6 in the morning. The first duty, you go to the forest alone. It does not matter. That time there is that is the time when the wild dog are going back, the porcupine, the jackal. Those are very common things in my place. So you just meet with them when they are going back home, and you are going in their home, their forest. To do what? To cut broom. In my village, you always sweep with the new broom every morning because of that scent. It's a special plant that produces a scent, and you have to use it every morning to make people feel that anyone who comes, or even your parents, anyone, and even that is a rule, you should sweep with that kind of plant every morning to chase evil spirits and for the scent. And that is the time you go to cut it in the morning at 6. It does not matter if it rained. It does not matter if there is a lot of dew. Sometimes even at 6 it's kind of dark. When the sun, I don't know, it's wow, I don't know that much geography, but sometimes you find 6 is dark, sometimes you find 6 the sun is rising. But it does not matter what it looks like. That time you should go and cut that broom. So after you cut the broom, you come back home, and then the second thing, you go to the chicken house and you open for the chicken. The chicken, you should wake up very early. So that is the time you should go and open for them. They are making a lot of noises, and you know native chicken at home, they are not enclosed. You open for them to loiter, and they are very mafia. Those chicken, especially now June and July, it is not, there's no food. The mains are not ready. There's no rains, so there's no much green for the chicken, and then no one bothers to give them food. It is them to go and look for it wherever it is. So if you laugh badly when they see your teeth, they will come to you. They usually poke children. You usually look after children because they can remove their eyeballs, and children don't eat when there is no an adult around, because the chicken will fight the baby for the food. So after you open for the chicken, you start sweeping. You sweep. The first thing you sweep is the kitchen. As you know, in the village, the kitchen is not the same place with the main house. So the kitchen is always very huge. There is it's all like ours is 3 rooms. There is the main one for cooking. There's the other one for putting the utensils, and the other one for the store where you keep the firewood, the charcoal, the jerrycans of water, whichever. Yes. After that, you go and sweep the compound. After sweeping the compound, you come and prepare tea. or porridge. People of up country, they take tea or porridge, and they don't know what is bread. They usually take boiled maize, that is corn, or a mixture of corn and the beans in the morning. Then after that, you take the goats out. You know the goats, they have a big head. I don't know. So we, like now there is some food. The food is not mature in the fields. So what you do, we have they are roped up. You take them to the fields. You go and tie them up. After you tie them up, as for me, that is my work. And for the cows, that is the work of my brother. So after I take the goats, my brother will take the cows. The cows, they are not tied. Those ones, the cows have good manners. So you just go to the field and watch over them. So after I come back, it's time for preparing to put lunch. We say we put pot because it will cook for almost 6 to 5 hours. So what we do is you prepare maize and beans, and you prepare the pot, the hardened pot. You put it and you put water. As it boils slowly with the logs of wood, that is the time you'll be running the errands like what, fetching water. I must fetch 1,000 liters of water every day from the borehole, and those are 20 liters, 10 returns, and it's a hill. So I go there 20 times. I mean 5 times, carrying a 20 jerrycans of water with my back. By the time I finish that duty, every turn I make, I should look if the logs of wood are still burning, so that people will not be late for lunch. People of upcountry are not patient. They must eat when it is time to be eaten, because they work a lot, and by the time, even by 12, they are already hungry. Some even will come and fetch the kideri before even it is ready. So, and if it is not ready by the right time, people will be very angry with you. And because you don't want to face that wrath, you must be putting a lot of logs of wood there. And every time I make, before I go to fetch water, I must check if it is good. So when I finish fetching water, I go to the we have a field somewhere where there is borehole. I go and pick some herbs. Let me just call them herbs because they are traditional herbs. The ones which we pound with the githeri, with the maize and the beans. That one, the green leaves. I go and fetch them. I come and those ones are cooked the last days. Vegetables are always, they are cooked like 5 minutes and then the food is served. Then after that, I feed the dogs. Our dogs usually eat at lunchtime. I feed the dogs, and now my work is almost finished, because after lunch I will wash the utensils, and at least now I can relax for a while, waiting for 3 to go and fetch firewood in the forest alone. It does not matter. And in our fields there are snakes, there are jackals, there are wild dogs. They are even used to us. Don't bother. There is just one rule: don't bother us. We will not bother you. So I go and fetch firewood for evening and for the next day cooking. After I fetch firewood, I come back at home. I take a shower. After I take a shower, I start preparing supper. And before I prepare supper, if there is no flour, because most of the time we cook corn flour, we prepare that ugali stuff that we call ugali. If there's no corn flour, I have to rush to the posho mill that evening and go to the shops to buy whatever is not in the house. So I go to the posho mill, I grate the maize, I pass at the shopping center, I buy whatever is not in the house. By 6 I must be home to start preparing supper. After supper, I go and wash utensils, so that when I wake up in the morning, I will not have a lot of time, as I told you, because it will start over again. So I don't want to start my morning. If you sleep when the utensils are dirty, tomorrow the first thing, even before sweeping, before even going to cut the broom, you must wash the utensils, so that everything is not in the floor. You just, it's about just sweeping. And that is basically the lifestyle of a village girl. It is not easy, it is hard. I'm telling you, it is hard. Even my hands, they are usually hard, because even I have given you the time when we are not cultivating. Now if it is the cultivation time, even don't talk about it. If it is a fasting time, don't even talk about it. That is another story. Waking up now is 4. When it is harvesting time, waking up is 4. As you know, beans should be harvested when it is very cold, before they start, what do we, bursting. So you wake up at 5. By 6:30 or by 7, you are done with the 2 acres. Our land is very huge, so 2 acres of beans, you are done with it. If it is maize season, you wake up early, you cut by 7. That when you are coming for breakfast, you have already finished maybe an acre or 2 of cutting maize. So that we usually carry with our oxen, with the called the male bulls. Yes, you should be pushing a cart. Now that is the work of the other gender, I mean the men, my brothers, that is their work. So that is after breakfast, that they have already finished cutting, they will go and start carrying. And they will repeat the same thing in the other following day, because that work is not done when it is sunny. And when it becomes sunny at our place, it's not compromising. I'm telling you, it is usually hot. It is usually hot, so people prefer to wake up very early. They finish their field work early, so that they repeat it in the next day. Because if it is sunny, it will hard for them. It will be hard for the cows. So we prefer to work early in the village, in our village. That is during cultivation time. You must wake up early to go and cultivate. By the time we have come for breakfast, you have already halfway done. After breakfast, by 11, before the sun is so much hot, you are done with the place you wanted to work on for that day. So during the worst time for me in the village, cultivation time, planting time, cultivation time, and harvesting time. Those days people usually get tired like a donkey. You work and you work and you work, and there is no mercy. In the village, there is no mercy. No one is merciful to you. Your parents, if you don't work, our parents from the village, they don't compromise with the lazy person. Even if you were born lazy, you have to know how to be active, because like now our village house is very huge. I will do a video when I go home about my father's compound and our house. So all those duties I've said, I have not counted even washing the house and organizing it. That work is done every day, and it is you to know when you will put that one. Even it is not put in the calendar, because you should know when to fix that house. And you know, people of the village, they don't follow rules. You just clean the house, they are just getting with the shoes. So it is you to know how to do it. Most of the cases, I usually lock it. People stay outside, because our compound is very huge. There is grass. It is very beautiful. We have so many. In fact, we have very, very many different types of fruits, so people can enjoy themselves out in the day. During the daytime, as long as I'm around, there is no getting in the house. Whatever you want from the house, you talk to me, I fetch it for you. Because people in the village, they don't love to follow rules of keeping the house clean. And if it is not clean, that is the responsibility of the lady of the house. It does not matter how much other jobs you have. People will just look at you and like, this house is very dirty. They don't know what kind of you have been busy throughout, and now when you have a baby is another thing. So people in the village, they are not lazy. They are not lazy. Even if you are born lazy, you just find yourself active, because there is no way out. No one is going to pity you. No one. And I'm telling you, no one. So guys, that is the life I have passed on until I came to the city, Nairobi. I came to college. After college, I started hustling for jobs, which you know, they are very scarce. Nowadays, I think it is a problem in every country. They are very scarce. So that is how I landed myself in the city without anyone, without a relative, without no one. And if I tell you where I started living, in the slums, up to where I am right now, you will say I'm an hustler. So guys, I'm praying that you'll be patient with me, and you please, guys, subscribe to my channel. I love it so very much. Just stay there, don't go away. My son is around. I'm going to give him his breakfast right now. So guys, bye, and I love you so very much. Take care, guys. Bye.